everyone, I hope you're doing well. This is going to be a much shorter speed paint today, less elaborate than what I normally do. I do a lot of experimenting with different mediums, softwares, and techniques off camera to prepare myself for the full illustrations that you see in my videos. This experiment in particular was something I had meant to try for a very long time, but I finally did it and I'm very pleased with the result. The design itself is a bit atypical, and not nearly as elaborate or creative as a professionally trained concept artist would be able to make. And the final drawing is really more of a low-resolution colored sketch. But, in concept, I think this method of designing would transfer over really well if you need to design an environment or structure for whatever project you're working on. I started by collecting reference images of roughly what I wanted to make. I knew I wanted an underwater gas station convenience store that would be reminiscent of an early 2000s style. From these reference images, I borrowed ideas, geometric shapes, and that I'd later apply to the finished design. Then, I started up Portrait Studio. If you watch my videos, then you would recognize it. I use it for nearly all of my more complex illustrations. Despite what the name implies, it has many uses outside of only portraiture, which is another reason I decided to show off this concept process in a video today. I generated simple shapes and moved them around so I could get a general idea for what I wanted my store to look like. If you look at topographical images for most buildings, what you'll see is essentially a rectangle with maybe a few other rectangles attached, so I tried to keep that in mind as I went along. I leave my screen recorder on full screen, so you can see how much real time passes. It takes no time at all to generate all the shapes I need, play around, and find something nice to proceed with. Using these shapes as a guide, I also had the benefit of helping me with the perspective. This building is in 2-point perspective. However, if I were to have mapped this out manually, the vanishing points would be way off the canvas, and it would have made the building look very warped, as if a photo had been taken with a fisheye lens distortion. Lastly, I designed a logo. I had several names in mind, but Wave Stop seemed to be the least cheesy and worked the best for me. Designing logos of any kind is not an easy task. I really admire artists who can design clothing or product logos that look simple, yet elegant and professional. I've tried my hand at logo design before, but with varying levels of success. For this one in particular, though, I'm quite happy. Something else I should note Portrait Studio has some very elaborate light simulation, color simulation, and shape manipulation features. If I had taken the time to really utilize all of these features, I could have ended up with something much more professional looking. However, because I was just trying to generate some simple shapes for the sake of design, I didn't do that. I do have other videos where I push Portrait Studio's utility to the fullest, so please check those out if you're interested in light simulation features. I designed an exit and an entrance via an elevator that goes up above the surface, so you can enter the store through the top or the bottom. That's the tube you see. Although I may not have made it obvious enough, so keep that in mind should I choose to create a second draft of this store. Finish up with some flares here and there, just to push the idea that this is a lone convenience store in the shallows of the sea. I hope that watching this video has given you your own ideas for what to create, and if you're interested in Portrait Studio, you can get it on sale within the next couple of days with the link in the description. I am in no way sponsored by the creators of Portrait Studio, it's just a program that I use and I think would be cool if other people found use for it as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.